What's going on, my white people? Welcome back to a brand new video. So I was just watching another fellow taco called Memology 102, and I stumbled upon this video he made, and it's called White People Are Cultural Vampires. And you know that Sensitive Society couldn't stay away from a title like that. I've seen some of the video, and as a matter of fact, I went and I looked for this person's channel. It's a podcast with 27 subscribers, and most of the episodes are just bashing white people, which is funny because this podcast is co-hosted by a white person. 80% of white people are racist. Like, I'm not kidding. These are claims a white person said. I mean, just check this out.
You have to understand white people, and it's like, do we really have to understand them, really? Because at the end of it, yes, they have economic problems, and there's a lack of access in rural
I think white
America.
people have to understand white people.
But I do think, like, at the end of the day, we can talk about all those socioeconomic issues that they do experience. Mm-hmm. But at the end of it, that's like 20% of it. 80% is racism.
Yeah, white poor people, am I right? Fuck those guys. As a matter of fact, with analytics and proof and data that I don't even have, but I say that 80% of white people are just completely racist. These are some very, very serious claims, and the fact that this is friendly fire is hilarious to me. I will never understand how white people just love to shit on white people. No one hates white people as much as another white person, and this guy's the perfect example. If this guy has a girlfriend, he would go out of his way to make sure a black guy dates his girlfriend because of stuff that happened 300 years ago. White people struggle? Who cares about that? If 80% of them are racist, only 20% of people struggle. That is some of the dumbest data I have ever seen. But with that said, let's just get into the video that we came here for. I just wanted to, include this part because this is a 48-minute podcast that I might do a live stream on. Let's just get down to business.
Black people have been here just as long as white people.
Yeah.
Indigenous people have been here before the white people. So you're trying to say that their stories are not as good as the white stories?
Yeah, well, they don't matter, or they're not.
Come on.
Again, they've made themselves
better.
They're
better, and half of the stories that the white people have, they stole them.
I just love how this guy's agreeing with everything the woman has to say. Oh yeah, white people are shit. Yeah, queen. Yes, I completely agree with you. Yeah, white people should all die. I agree. I think it should be death to all white people, queen. Slay. And once again, I will never understand this because if this happened to Latinos, they will get absolutely bullied to the point where they might actually make a piñata of their whole family and beat it with a stick out of the stupidity they're saying. And I've said this multiple times before, but I cannot believe people are still stuck in 1750 and 1850. This happened so long ago. Some of the events y'all are talking about happened 200, 300, 400 years ago. Move the fuck on. You are not responsible for this. You shouldn't carry any guilt. And I will never understand this behavior, honestly. You can just tell this person right here hates every single white person, only follows black and Latinx creators, which I hate Latinx. Latinx will never be a thing. And as long as I'm alive and as long as I'm Latino, I will make sure Latinx is stopped. That shit cannot be a real thing. And this guy 100% tweets every single day at 6 a.m. with his coffee, with his extra sliced pumpkin latte on his hand, types white people need to pay. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up and get a hobby. What has to go so wrong in life that you have to turn on your own people?
They're better, and half of the stories that the white people have, they stole them.
That's what I'm saying. Also,
They
there are
steal
only
everything.
a few stories you can tell.
Please.
Like only
They're
only
like
a few different
culture
human,
vampires.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
Here's a hot take that I don't know if I don't know if I'm going to lose all my subscribers, but just because someone did it first doesn't mean that's the best version. Doesn't mean that's a definitive version. It blows my mind when people say, "Oh, just because I did it first means that I'm the best version of it or I'm the definitive version of it," when that's far from the truth. If someone does it better than you, if someone tells your stories better than you, if someone does X thing better than you, I'm sorry, but you just took the L. I'm not justifying stealing, and I'm not saying stealing is fine or whatever, but I'm just saying, you cannot come up with this argument. And once again, just because you're first doesn't mean your version is the definitive version or is the best version or you're the goat for that shit. Once again, this guy's saying like, yeah, white people's stories suck. They just stole it. We're cultural vampires. Like, I'm just thinking to myself, holy shit. I could tell this guy drops the N-word every single day. Someone cuts him off in traffic. Oh, you stupid N-word. Like, this guy goes full 2016, 2015 PewDiePie on people, but he has to disguise himself. He has to pretend he's not a racist. And if you notice, the people who get exposed most of the time are always, squeaky clean. I am positive. I support this, and that. And then they look into them, and whoa, what do you know? They're horrible people. They don't support anything, and they're racist.
There
Steal
are only
everything.
a few stories you can tell.
Please.
Like only
They're
only
like
a few different
culture
human,
vampires.
Yeah.
That's what they are. Culture vampires.
That's what they are. You're white. That's what you are if you want to play like that. So by your theory, you should leave America and never come back. Go back to London or Europe or something. Your logic is flawed. Your logic is stupid, and I want to clown on you harder.
Only a different.
They're
only
like
a few different
culture
human-
vampires.
Yeah.
That's what they are. Culture vampires. They steal everything they steal. But like, these are the things. They're like, they have, through their history, they are like the master culture vampires.
Why does this guy keep saying they're horrible, they're whack, they're smelly, they steal, they fuck, they they cocked my girlfriend? Why does this guy keep saying they? Are you not white? And my glasses dirty? Hold on, let me check. Okay, yeah, they're actually sparkly clean. Why is this guy using they? They're horrible. They like, you're white. Unless you have some type of mental illness and you're transracial. And what that means is something that Twitter came up with, and that is that you identify as a different color or race. Unless this guy is sick, which I think he might be sick actually. I really don't know how he's saying they. You should be we. We are vampires. We stole. We are horrible. We slaved. If you want to play like that, include yourself. But that wouldn't sound as good, would it?
They are like the master culture vampires. They
Yeah.
steal things, reinvent it, and call it their own, and
Not
they're the
even
best.
reinvent. A
Not
lot of
reinvent,
times
but
it's
they
just, just
change
put
it
a
to make
spin,
it
yeah,
to
like
make
it's
it their
theirs.
own.
Yeah.
They're
only
like
a few different
culture
human-
vampires.
Yeah.
That's what they are. Culture vampires. They steal everything.
So what I learned from this amazing educational podcast is that white people have stolen everything. White people aren't original at all, and we need to end white people. I mean, that's the message I got here. Like, what the fuck? Friendly fire enable. Someone please come check on this guy. I would love if they investigate this guy, and on his Twitter account or an old Reddit account, they would find him saying like the most offensive shit, like just N-word, saying, oh, send these Mexicans back to Mexico, or send these Latins back to Africa, or this and that. Like, I would love if they find that shit, because then it would all make sense. The reason why you're feeling guilty for being white. Imagine feeling guilt for a color or in a race that you had no, part of picking or choosing. That's gotta be one of the first world problems at its finest. And white guilt to me is one of the stupidest things ever. And if I was white, I would apologize to absolutely no one, because I didn't do shit. My mom didn't do shit. My ancestors probably, but name me some ancestors that have done nothing wrong. So yeah, that's about it, white people. Remember, if you're white, you need to feel shame, you need to feel pain, and you need to give me all of your money. All right, peace out, white people. This guy definitely binge watches BuzzFeed videos every single day and takes BuzzFeed personality quiz to find out what crazy mood he's in. What a noob.